In this video, we're going to take the resources that we assigned into our project, and now we're going to move them into the individual tasks as defined by this table 2.1. To do that, we're first going to go to the Gantt chart, and if I right click in this cell, I want to make sure that I'm in the entry view, which I am, and I'm going to slide this over here to reveal the resource names column. Now there are several ways to add resources in, so we're going to demonstrate a couple of them here. So first task, the need survey, I'll click in here for resource names, but instead of clicking here, if I do this, I can only add a single resource. And so if I do that there and I demonstrate that, I need 5, but I just have 1. So I don't want to do that. I'm just going to undo that. And then I'm just going to, with this line highlighted, I'm going to right click, I'm going to click task information. I'm going to come to resources, and over here, now in this field, I'm going to go ahead and select the marketing staff, and under units, I can now put in the 5 that I need. And I'll go ahead and click OK, and now you see that there are 5 people in the marketing staff. Instead of right clicking, I can actually just double click on a task, and that'll bring up the task information. Again, I'm already in the resource tab because that's where I left off. I've got R&D people here, and I've got marketing people. Again, I need 4 of these, and I need 2 of the marketing staff. So I'll go ahead and click OK. Now you can see as I start to do that, the resource names are starting to populate in the Gantt bar section, and we're going to demonstrate later how we're going to remove those. But for right now, we're just going to finish entering all the resources. So let's do the next task, the shelf life report. And I'll double click. I'm going to come over here to shelf life, and again I'm going to select R&D. It's 3, press enter, click OK. Okay, now all is well. Now this is when I want to demonstrate something. Looking over here in the indicator column, you notice that these 2 tasks are running at the same time. They're both going to start on February 23rd, and they're going to overlap a little bit. Double click, and this is the nutrition report. Now I also need 3 R&D people here, so I'm going to come here and select R&D, and I'm going to press 3, press enter, and now notice again these are overlapping. And if I come down here, I only have 5 R&D people. So I'm trying to assign 6 R&D people in a block where I only have 5 maximum available. So if we watch over here, when I click OK, what's going to happen is I'm going to get these icons. And it says this task has over-allocated resources, meaning I am trying to assign or allocate more people than I actually have. And that's something that we're going to have to work out a little later, but right now we're going to follow the rest of these and add all these people into the rest of our tasks. Demonstrate, if I go to the resource tab and I click assign resources, that icon, this is just another way to do it. And this is the select fruit suppliers. I need purchasing. Well, I could come over here and just put a 1 in purchasing and then click assign. Personally, I think it's easier to do it with the task information. Now, this is the same as this. They're both phase subheaders, right? Everything here is indented. Now, select fruit suppliers is kind of unique. It's a 1-task phase, so it actually has duration. For initial production, since we have all these tasks indented, we're not going to put a resource here. We're going to come down here to equipment rehab. Equipment rehab, it says task equipment rehab. I need 1,000 engineers on a percentage is the same as 10, 1,000% if you will, and production 2,000% would mean 20. So if I assign those 2, okay, nope, didn't want to do that. Let's click off that. Let's remove that. There we go. So again, I prefer using the other approach. I'll just go ahead and close that. Back to here, I'm going to double click. This is production trials. There's lots of people there. Again, production, purchasing, and engineering. And this is 1500% or 15 Purchasing is 1, leave that at 1, and engineering is 1000%, that would be 10. We'll go ahead and click OK, and now we'll do the rest off camera. Now that I have all the resources assigned to the task, let's take a minute to analyze what we're looking at. You can see these icons over here popping up, and again, each one of these represent an overallocated task, meaning we are trying to assign more people at that given time than we have established are available by the resource sheet. And when I click the resource sheet, it tells me which of the individual resources are overallocated. That's the red. Okay, so let's go back a screen, I think, if I undo. Okay, now I want to make sure I have the right amount of resources here, and if we go over to the instructions, these are the assignment instructions, and if we come down here, this is a picture of a chart you're going to have, and it's kind of hard to read. It says that you should have a total cost for this project of $1,692. The total comes from each one of these charges this much per hour, and they're going to be working this number of days. So you add all that up, it should be 1.692 million. I'm going to come up here, and then I'm going to right click, I'm going to go to the cost table, and if you take a look at that, it says 1.692 million, so that's good. The total work hours to generate that is 22,840. So let's come here, we'll right click, and let's check out, I'll check out usage. And if we come over here, we notice that there's our work, 2,200 or 22,840. So at this point, it looks like we have successfully added our resources into our project. We have a problem in that we are trying to complete this with not enough people. We'll handle that in a separate video.